My name is Susan Whelan, and I want to make it clear that I'm here as a citizen today. I did do some work as a lawyer for OHA back in 04 to 06, but I want you to understand something, and I do think that the ORC has power that it's not using. And I'm going to say this because I've been going to the racetrack since I was a young girl. My father was in charge of the horse racing industry in Canada. It was a very proud time for horse racing industry, and today should also be a very proud time for the horse racing industry. That track was a beautiful facility. That track was a first-class facility. People planned birthdays, anniversaries, parties around the horse racing dates. You know, you didn't go necessarily on your birthday. You went if the horses were racing because the food service was good, the people were friendly, and the atmosphere was great. And it was a great place to bring a family as well as to go out for a night. I don't know exactly what's happened over the last decade, but I can tell you that facility has declined. And I can tell you that it doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense. Slots came in to be only to make sure the live horse racing industry in Ontario survived. That is the only reason they exist at racetracks, not for any other reason. So when the ORC says they don't have the right to tell the government anything, I don't agree. When the ORC says they don't have the right to work with OLG, you guys get it right with the OLG, I don't agree either. When they didn't have racing going on in January of 2005, I guess, did the slot shut down? No. Why not? Absolutely should have. The ORC had a lot to say about bringing in slots. They had a lot to say about bringing in slots way back when they first brought them into racetracks. So I actually, and I know you maybe all weren't part of that, but I'm saying you guys do have rights. I used to chair a committee in the House of Commons. You have rights. The CRTC used to report to the committee I chaired. It's a commission. It has rights. It has the rights to say what's wrong and what you can't do because of what's wrong with the laws. You have the right to speak up. Everyone has to participate in this. The ORC, the OLG, the owners, the horsemen, the horsewomen, and OHA, everybody's got to work together. You're right on that. But don't pass the buck. You have rights, and as far as I can tell, you're the license holder. And we shouldn't be talking about bathrooms. It's disgraceful that that's even coming up. That doesn't make a heck of a lot of sense to me. Food service, well, you know, the reality is the people that are providing the food service can only provide food if there's people there. If it's not marketed properly, there's not people there. I mean, so they can only do what they can do. But together, with the ORC holding, I think, the balance of the clout here, you can make changes. And I have to say one other thing. I'm very, very disappointed that your starting point is 2007. These people in this room were promised race dates. They gave in to lowering race dates with the new owners because they were promised they were going to work together on a business plan. They were going to make changes and make improvements. How many race dates were there back before they took over? 195? We're talking about 111 days. They were promised, and I read the transcripts for 2 hearings back in 05 and 04, that they weren't going to ask for further reductions. I don't know how you got from 140 to 111 without somebody asking for a further reduction. But go back and read the transcripts. That's not what they said. So somebody's got to start to hold the feet to the fire of everybody. And I think the ORC has the right to stand up and say to OLG, you have responsibility too. And so by everybody working together, there can be reinvestment in the track because that's what the slots were for. They were to ensure reinvestment and a viable horse racing industry. So I apologize. I came here to listen, but I just had to say something.
Time you guys are down, we can do this for you.
I know you don't deal with the